Okay. We're gonna, welcome to Chris's Castle. We're gonna get a quick little bit of gaming in today for stream. We are playing my absolute favorite video game of all time. This is The Curse of Monkey Island. And we'll be doing Mega Monkey Mode. Mega Monkey Mode. Mega Monkey Load is just not a phrase I want to think about. Howdy, bud. Howdy, Lord Dragon. Glad you can check it out. Did some writing today. I think we're going to spend about an hour or so, hour or two, on Curse of Monkey Island. As I said, it's my favorite game. So let's get started with Mega Monkey Mode. That's hard to say. Mega Monkey Mode, not Mega Monkey Load. Oh my god. This is favorite for nostalgia, favorite for literally the best. I don't think this is the most technically sound game in the world. I don't think this is the most cutting edge. The monkey scream for a bit. I think most of it will, the monkeys are listening. I think most of it will be nostalgia points for this game and why I love it. My grandmother had a big part of why I like this. Let's watch the intro really quick and then I'll get into it some more. Sorry to start you guys off in the third. It's probably a bit loud. Let's check this out. Not on my end. Let's do this. Some more regular levels as Guybrush tells us what's going on, and then I'll get into this game a little bit more. But yeah, to answer your question, Lord Dragon, it's mostly nostalgia. There's some other reasons. We'll get into it.
Guybrush Threepwood. Lost at sea for days now. I have no crew or navigational instruments. No provisions except a half-eaten corn dog, and unless I find water soon, I'm surely done for. Only the hope of finding my love, Elaine, keeps me going. My quest for the fabulous treasure called Big Whoop has left me in this sorry state. I thought it would bring me fame and glory. Instead, it delivered me into the clutches of my enemy, the zombie pirate LeChuck. I had thwarted his evil plot to marry Elaine, and he was after revenge. Really thirsty now. If only I could have a small drink of fresh water, I might have the strength to sail on. But I know there's nothing but ocean for miles and miles.
It's monkey spring water.
I might find water and some food. Fruit, maybe. Something to fight off the scurvy and help me get my strength back.
Fresh fruit?
Maybe some bananas. Oh, why do I torture myself like this? I might as well wish for some chicken and a big mug of grog for all the good it'll do me. Oh, my sweet Elaine. Am I cursed to starve here on this ocean without seeing your face just one more time? Am I...
The writer of this scene was something else. I think this game had a huge influence on my humor, or sense of humor. Just the juxtaposition between, oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had this, and it just floating by. And the music just stirs good things inside of me. I really like the soundtrack to this game in particular. The other two entries before this one are great in humor and in the soundtrack. But the number 3 is something else. I think it came out 97, 98. This game was a reward for if I did well in school. I got to play this game. And so I learned my times tables 1 by 1 through 12 by 12. Improved my grades greatly in the 4th grade. And this was my reward. I was able to play this as much as I wanted to my heart's content. And I spent a long time trying to figure out the puzzles, following walkthroughs, just mesmerized by the animation, the writing, the voice acting. they didn't voice act in the first 2 games. So when I went back to those games, it was kind of fun to be reading them in his voice. And then when they made the remakes, they had full voice acting. So it was like, it's all one cohesive experience. Oh, this is playing okay. Let's check the thing. It's okay. Switch back to
fire!
How many times do I have to tell you, LeChuck? I just don't feel that way about you.
Elaine?
By my congealed blood, you'll learn to love me. Sail with me, and I'll make you queen of the dead.
I can't. I'm washing my hair tonight.
There was none of these animated
Blast
animated
me your hair,
scenes
woman.
in the first
Can't
2
you see
games.
that this salty old sea
It's all
corpse
pixelated.
pines for your
This is the
every
first time they were
gentle
doing
caress?
hand-drawn, and this is the only time they did hand-drawn. Probably why I like it so much.
You know, I don't think my father would approve of me dating the undead. And you're probably too nice a zombie pirate for me anyway. Let's just be friends instead. Let's face it, LeChuck. You're an evil, foul-smelling, vile, codependent villain, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a romantic relationship right now.
Darn your riddles, you saucy female! What do you mean? Ah! Oh!
You're a bloodthirsty monster who's already kidnapped me once, tortured my friends, and taken from me the only man I ever loved. Guybrush Threepwood.
It's a lot of intro for anyone who has never seen this before.
How romantic.
Especially for me when I was first playing it for the first time, having played none of the games.
Ship ahoy!
This is a quick and dirty. These are the people. This is what's going on.
Fish him out.
Guybrush?
Guybrush Threepwood. By my gangrenous gut, I don't know how you escaped my carnival of the damned. But you won't escape a taste of my blade! Ah!
When it's blown up so big on my computer, I can see all the paint pops,
Lass has
and
spirit.
it's easier to see certain.
Throw him in the hole. and I'll
Animation
finish him
goofs.
after the battle.
Still pretty
Turn
fun.
loose the longboats and prepare the flaming voodoo cannonball.
Things like secondary action, like the skeletons will pop out of frame, and then there's like the arms will trail behind, or LeChuck's arms, or his feather. Those are all stand out to me as like things that you'll catch with the secondary
To
action.
get out of here and help Elaine.
So this is our first level. The first level is
Only get through
get
this one
out
door.
of
Well, I
this
could easily overpower the
cannonball
Slip over the
galley.
side and make for the shore.
Quit your mumbling, captive.
So it's point and click.
Blast ye
Basically,
scurvy
grab
dogs.
everything that you can find. Sorry, that's my inventory. Just a box with some balloons. Grab everything you can find, pick it up, and rub it against everything. Just in the pants. That's where it
This'll
goes.
make you rue the day.
And find all the audio options. Great.
Nice cannonballs.
Avast, you swabs. Prepare.
I see a diorama of the children of the world living in peace and freedom. No, wait. It can't be that. It's just too dark to make out what's in there.
You drink bilge water, and your mother's dress.
Sure, I let him go.
Might squeeze past this cannon.
Move out of the way. I can't fire the cannon with you standing there.
So we gotta get this guy to let us use the cannon. So let's talk
Take
real quick.
that. Stay away.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Who are you?
I'm the evil pirate Bloodnose. The wickedest fiend ever to sail under the banner of King Death. I'd as soon chew your nose off as look at you.
You sound pretty tough.
I'm so tough. In junior high, I stuffed Davy Jones in his locker.
Davy Jones in his locker.
How tough are you again?
I'm so tough, I could survive being flogged with a cat o' nine tails for half an hour. Or 3 cats of 5 tails for 18 minutes.
Is that hook for real?
Of course it's real. A vicious shark tore off me hand. Oh, what a struggle it was. I remember...
It is so a fake.
It is not. Well, okay, it is. See, I haven't lost my hand yet. This is sort of a training hook. I'm wearing this just to get used to the feel of it. Captain LeChuck says he'll cut my hand off when he gets some free time. I do have a hangnail. It'll probably get infected.
Ouch.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not a
Hangnails
pirate.
suck.
Wally! Don't you recognize me? It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, gee. Hello, Mr. Wood.
The last time I saw you, we were prisoners in LeChuck's dungeon. Why would you sign on with a ship of the living dead?
Well, Mr. Brush, at first I had some misgivings about it. But thanks to LeChuck's seminars, motivational lectures, and audio books on Parrot, I've become a vicious corsair. You can too. Ask me how.
I'm not in the mood for sales hype.
Here, at least take this literature. You may change your mind.
There's a lot of info and a lot of dialogue you can get out of this one, but we'll go through a little bit more naturally. This is Wally. He was in the second game. You wouldn't have any idea if you first started this up who he was, and I'm just like, okay, just a pirate guy. But he's a cartographer by trade from the second game. Helps you find the treasure at the end of that one.
Set me free, Wally.
I can't, Mr. Brush. I'm the evil pirate Bloodnose now. And besides, even if you got up on deck, LeChuck would cut you to ribbons.
What's behind that door?
Ooh! That's the door to LeChuck's treasure hold. There's heaps and piles of gold and silver. He's brought all the loot he's ever stolen to give to Elaine. LeChuck is convinced that he can buy Elaine's love.
What are LeChuck's plans?
What are his
He's been working
plans?
on a secret weapon, some incredibly powerful cannonball. He's going to use it to blow down the walls of the fort, so his crew can overrun the island.
Snap out of it, Wally.
That's Bloodnose to you.
Bloodnose
you
to
scurvy
you?
sea bass.
So now we gotta be a little bit mean to Wally.
You're a failure as a pirate.
Shut your trap, you yellow-bellied blowfish. One more peep out of you, and I'll do you in.
I was a little bit stuck on this because I didn't want to be mean to him when I was younger. One more peep out of you.
Peep.
Yes, scabrous swab. One more word, and I'll let you have it.
Word.
That's it. I'm gonna blast you. I'm gonna... I can't do it. I just can't. You're right, Mr. Wood. I'm just not a pirate. I'm not ferocious or bloodthirsty or hateful or anything. I'm not even unpleasant. Oh.
Poked his eye.
Oh, there.
So that's Wally for now. He'll be there most of the rest of the level. And as you can see, we have a hook, and we're going to put it on our little plunger.
It's a ramrod with a plastic hook stuck on the end.
There you go. Now we can use the cannon. I always have a good time playing this game, mostly for these reasons. So you can shoot the fort and make it look like you're one of the undead menace.
Oops.
Oops.
That was me. Sorry.
And the skeletons get very happy.
Sorry about that.
You can even destroy a couple of the towers if you're good.
Oops, my fault.
There we go.
Watch where you're shooting!
They get very concerned when you start shooting the water.
You're gonna get us all killed! Again!
It's like you're not one of the chucks evil minions! The fort, you fool! Aim for the fort!
And one
Who
more.
is manning that cannon?
Aim further out, you idiot!
And that's that.
Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this. Ooh, gross. All the bones and stuff are floating towards the ship.
Okay, so we're going to meet my favorite character in this game, or maybe any game. It is Murray, the talking skull.
Well, they messed with the wrong skull this time. If I could just get my hands on that gunner. If I could just get my hands on it. Ah, well, I guess I'll just have to look on the bright side of this.
Can I call you Bob?
You may call me Murray. I am a powerful demonic force. I am the harbinger of your doom. And the forces of darkness will applaud me as I stride through the gates of hell, carrying your head on a pike.
Stride?
All right, then roll. Roll through the gates of hell. Must you take the fun out of everything?
It is a very witty game, and they love the puns and wordplay, like stride. It's like, okay, roll.
You know, you'd look great with a melting candle on your forehead.
I get the feeling you're not taking me very seriously.
No, I am, really.
Really? Then let me hear you scream in terror.
Ah, why do you villains always laugh so much?
I wasn't laughing about anything in particular. Somewhere there's a fish nibbling on my foot and it really tickles.
Pins are the sharpest form of humor. I'm not sure what that means.
You're about as fearsome as a doorstop.
Is it a really evil-looking doorstop?
Never mind. Was your mother's father bald too?
I'm not bald. I just have a really high widow's peak.
Well, at least now you never have to worry about what to wear.
Well, I suppose that's true.
All puns.
And accessorizing is really easy.
That's also true. And I look good in hats.
There you go.
There you go.
How can you see without eyeballs?
How can you walk around without a brain? Some things no one can answer.
I'm going now.
Good. Now leave me alone. I have a lot of scheming and evil plotting to do.
I'm going now.
At least I've lost some weight.
How can you walk around without a brain? Seems to stick in my head.
There's not much to do out here when you're just a bodiless head. Hey, that's my arm. Give that back.
You can't give them back. Like, you can take it
Well,
out,
that's the time.
but
Whistling.
Guybrush is always like, I don't think that's a good idea.
If I gave you your arm back, what would you do with it?
I'd terrorize the South Seas. I'd torture the living. I'd demolish the... What I meant to say was I'd use it to pet kittens.
Nope, you blew it.
Rat.
So now we can be nice and just leave Murray, and then he'll float to shore one day, or we can do this
Now
instead.
everybody's going to storm the fort, and I'm going to be stuck here.
Now everyone's going to storm the fort, and I'm going to be stuck here.
Hey!
Bye-bye, Murray. All right, so we've got a sword, and we use that for the restraint rope.
That doesn't need cutting.
Yes, it does. You gotta be a little bit finicky with it sometimes.
Haha! Taste cold steel, people can.
Guybrush is standing in like a puddle, but I always thought it was like, I thought this area was like some kind of crevice or broken part of the floor, but it's just a puddle. So this is going pretty quickly for me. I've played this a million times, but that first playthrough was a lot of fumbling.
Into the significant other world. That'll show her how much I truly care. Neptune's navel. That was a close one.
And then it capsizes. They did a lot with like what they had at the time. Like there's not a lot in terms of
Hey, I lost my cutlass when the ship capsized.
sophisticated camera moves and things like that, but just like, you know, very nice painterly backgrounds, and the characters are quite recognizable and they stand well. Even in the animated scenes, they have the space to kind of do their thing and tell the scene quite well and straightforward. It's just such a charming game, and I really like it. I found out that the reason this hasn't been re-released in terms of like an update is because just the backgrounds are painted at a specific resolution or size, and it's just too much work. The studio doesn't want to, or those with the license, they don't want to kind of to put them at a bigger format. They would have to repaint everything at the right scale that they want to do and get the right scans, kind of thing. And it just is a very cost intensive process, and from what I've read, it just they're not interested in. We've had remakes of the first and second game, but not the third game, and the fourth game we will not speak of right now. I've heard it's less than good, but there's lots of cool stuff to look at in here.
It's LeChuck in all his glory. I don't even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
And I was stuck in here for a long time because I wasn't sure what to do.
A bag of wooden nickels. Some treasure.
Eventually...
Hey, there's a big diamond ring behind this bag.
Eventually I printed a walkthrough and just followed that. But it was a walkthrough for the advanced mode, and so they would give hints for things that weren't in the normal mode that I was playing.
It's a diamond ring. It's a diamond ring. Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. Hey, I can see the ocean floor. And there's a really angry-looking skull floating around out there.
Oops.
It's stabbed through the heart. Cute and yet sinister.
There's a wreath here.
Marry me or die. Touching.
There you go. Yeah, so it's just kind of like, what do I do? Where do I go?
Oh, if only I could find a way to get up there and get out.
And in true adventure game fashion, just rub everything against everything. And that's that level done.
Guybrush? Guybrush! I thought I'd lost you forever. Is it really you?
Yes, Elaine. Did you really mean what you said out there? That I was the only man you ever loved?
Well, yes, Guybrush, I guess I did.
Elaine, I'm a man of action. A swashbuckler, a rogue, a wanderer. A man who can hold his breath for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I have no ties and no regrets. I sail with the wind and go where adventure takes me. But somehow, something always leads
Guybrush,
me.
stop babbling.
Elaine, will you marry me?
Oh, Guybrush.
Oh, Wally? You're alive! But How did you survive the explosion?
I was thrown clear. I'm just lucky I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Wow, Elaine, that's some ring.
Thank you, Wally. It's an engagement ring from Guybrush.
Hey, that looks just like the big diamond ring LeChuck had in his treasure hole.
Stream seems to be looking pretty good.
The one with that ghastly, disfiguring voodoo curse on it. Well, I'm sure Guybrush wouldn't have given you that ring. Anyway, I gotta be going. I hear there's a tattoo removal place on this island that's Freckles safe. See you at the wedding.
Guybrush!
And that's how you avoid an argument. Just wait for your partner to turn to gold. Then you got different problems.
Oh no, Elaine? Oh, she's not gonna be happy about this.
So, welcome to Puerto Pollo, part of Plunder Island. I'll show you a secret button.
Fun.
You can just keep pushing the button. That's it. That's all that does. Pick up a little bit of ember from the ground.
Ouch!
Ouch!
It's a glowing ember left over from the battle. It's a bag of wooden nickels.
So there's lots of chickens on the island. They're just
It looks dangerous.
free and feral. This plaque might explain more
It's
of
an
it.
informative plaque put up by the Plunder Island Naturalist Society. Plunder Island feral chicken, one of Plunder Island's most common fauna and the animal for which our capital of Puerto Pollo is named.
Puerto Pollo.
The Long John Silver Center for the Performing Arts presents Spear. It says, "Welcome to Puerto Pollo from the Plunder Island Poultry Brotherhood."
Now we can go into town, or we can go here. I think it's funny if we go into town, actually. So let's go into town.
You've got to help me.
We're closed.
You've got to help. Closed?
Yep. The child labor laws around here are very strict.
But my girlfriend has been placed under a pirate curse.
Oh, then you need to see the lady over in Plunder Swamp. She's been leaving flyers around. You might find one somewhere here in town.
That voice actor for the kid is actually Gary Coleman of What You Talking About, Willis? Or is it Welcome Back, Kotter is the name of the show. Still alive at the time. He has since passed. This is one of those flyers.
Feeling down because your chicks turned to gold? Come to the swamp, get your fortune told. Voodoo and things, formerly just voodoo. Visit our new location on Plunder Island.
It's really kind of trying to direct you towards a certain space so you don't hang out too far where things can't progress. But there's a few reactions which are quite funny, so let's take a quick look as we wander around. Open the door. It's such a bright, colorful game. It's
Come
just...
back later.
But you don't understand. I need help. It's an emergency.
A hair emergency?
No, my girlfriend, well, no, actually, I suppose she's my fiancée now. Although I guess she never really said yes. Because the curse kind of stopped her in mid-sentence.
Curse? Did you say curse? You'll want to see the voodoo lady. She handles curses.
Everyone's like, go to the Voodoo Lady. So I'm like, okay. Voodoo Lady is a companion from earlier games. I think they have since renamed her because Voodoo Lady was getting a little repetitive. But at this time, she's still just called the Voodoo Lady. And there's Murray. We'll just pretend we don't see him.
Boo!
Ah! Oh, it's just you again.
Just your most terrifying image of evil revisited.
Yeah, right.
I bring you warning from the infernal realms. Do not go farther into the swamp. Turn back. Turn back. Darkness will envelop you.
How'd you get all the way up there?
Through sheer force of will.
Uh-huh.
All right, there was a bunch of those weird voodoo kids. They found me on shore and put me on top of this spike all the time, thinking they were so funny.
Just the conviction that he answers is like, through sheer force of will. And he's like, the kids put me here.
Do you need me to help you down?
Help! I need no help from you foolish mortals. I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate the offer.
One thing with Murray's animation that I've noticed over the years is that his head pivots from his jawbone, but just the cranium goes back, but the lower jaw just stays the same. So it's kind of a fun Muppety kind of puppet action, even though it makes more sense for his jaw to hinge down in this position. But because he's usually on a floor or a plate or something, that's why his head will go up instead.
What are you doing up there?
I am standing as a testament.
Standing?
Hanging as a testament to the power of the forces of evil that will one day claim victory over the entire Earth.
How long are you gonna keep doing that?
As long as it takes.
Must get pretty dull up there, I suppose.
Never! The powers of darkness are never dull. We will one day prove that... Oh, who am I trying to fool? I'm bored out of my skull. Figuratively speaking, of course.
You seem restless.
Oh, I don't know. It's just that not many people come through this swamp.
What would you rather be doing?
I need to be out among the lesser people, terrifying them and causing pain and misery.
That would make you happy?
Yes, happy in a dark, demonic way.
In a dark, demonic way.
Do you know anything about lifting curses?
Oh, right. I know a lot about lifting curses. That's why I'm a disembodied talking skull, sitting on top of a spike in the middle of a swamp.
You seem bitter.
I'm sorry, it's been a rough day.
A really rough
I'd love
day.
to stay and chat, but I gotta go.
I think I can give him gum, but I'll do that later because I don't have any. This is the Voodoo Lady shop. Here, let me get some gum. These wooden nickels are only good as like a...
Wow, I got a whole pack of gum.
They're not good as currency. They're only good as like a plot hook, as a puzzle fixer.
What a relief.
So that makes more sense now, older, when you take the pin out of the voodoo doll and the guy's like, oh, that's so good. It's because it was hurting him before. And we can get some glue. And then you pull on the tongue. There she is.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
We have known each other for a very long time, Guybrush Threepwood. You've been through much, so it is understandable that you have forgotten me. We met on Melee Island when you were first trying to become a pirate.
Hang on a second. Are we gonna do one of those flashback things? They always make me nauseous.
No, I'll make this quick. I twice helped you defeat the evil pirate LeChuck.
I like her
First by
slippers. They're like
preparing
little
the voodoo
newts or
antidote,
something with eyes.
Starting to remember.
and then again by helping you prepare a voodoo doll of his zombie form.
That's right. You've helped so much and I still don't know your name.
I am known by many names on many different islands. But names have little importance. You should know this more than anyone, Guybrush Threepwood.
Yes, you're right. Hey, are you making fun of me?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Boy, have I got some stories to tell you.
Stories? Yes, well, I'm sensing a great disturbance. I have to go.
But I've got to tell you about LeChuck and Elaine.
I'm going to disappear
LeChuck.
now in a big flash of light. Cover your eyes.
No, wait. It started back on Dinky Island. I knew LeChuck was close.
I'll be disappearing here any moment.
Okay, no stories. Who are you and how did you just appear like that?
I am one gifted with a second sight, adept at manipulating the forces of nature.
Manipulating the forces of nature.
You're a fashion consultant.
Well, yes, but that's not what I was referring to. I am a voodoo priestess.
Neat.
You're an autumn, by the way.
Nice place. I love what you've done with it.
Thank you. You'll have to excuse the mess. The kids came over to play with their paper voodoo dolls. They're adorable children. Would you like to see some pictures?
This is a funny joke. This is like see some pictures, and then your options are like, no, or no, please, no, or for the love of all that is good and holy, no. And then the last one's like, I can't think of anything I would hate more. So, whatever one you choose. I was always trying to be polite, so I was just like, no, please, no.
Perhaps later.
Perhaps later.
Yes, there's no time for that now. I sense that something terrible has happened.
Hey, you're good. Something terrible has happened. I finally proposed to Elaine.
Congratulations. That doesn't sound so
And when I placed the engagement ring on her hand, she was placed under a horrible pirate curse and trapped for eternity as a solid gold statue.
Oh, that explains it. I was struck with a wave of overwhelming hatred and anger.
Yeah, that LeChuck was a pretty mean guy.
I was talking about Elaine.
Well, there's no time to worry about that now. We have to hurry.
Do not panic, Guybrush. She will be safe until we can break the curse. You only have to worry about her being stolen. Where did you hide her?
Hide her?
You didn't hide her? She's a solid gold statue on an island full of pirates.
Hello, Ivysaur EG. I love this game as well. I would say it is my favorite game ever.
Elaine!
Thank you for joining us today.
I've got to get her back. This is so embarrassing. Looks like I'm gonna need some more
A
help.
good plot hook for your main character, whether it's in a video game or writing or D&D. Turn your significant
Someone
other
stole
into gold
Elaine.
and try and get them back.
Unfortunate. It will be difficult to get her back.
Do you know who kidnapped her?
Not for certain, but I suspect that it's the mangy pirates anchored in Danger Cove.
Can you give me something to lift the curse?
No, LeChuck's curse is a very powerful one. Fueled by his anger and his intense frustration in dealing with the opposite sex. I have nothing here to lift so powerful a curse, but there is one way.
There's a lot of dialogue for
Great, tell me.
telling you the rest of the game.
Place the cursed ring with a pure one of greater or equal value.
Here, I'll just pause. Ivysaur EG says, I estimated the value of the Elaine statue with the volume of a woman's body and the price and density of gold, and I got $70 million. Holy smokes, that's a lot. I wonder if it's $70 million still today or when this first came out in 97. Either way, that's a lot. That's a good chunk of change. Just like a pinky would be like $400 or something, maybe more. Oh boy. Both voices and subtitles on the FI. Oh, that's true. I think we should put subtitles on for the reading audience. Thank you for the reminder. Let's do that. Options. Both. Both is good. And we'll go a little bit faster. Thank you, Ivysaur. EG.
Guideline is 2 months' salary.
Oh, for the diamond ring, a good guideline is 2 months' salary. I was thinking about that when I was buying a ring for my wife as well. I did not make that much though, but we landed on something nice.
Where am I gonna find a huge uncursed diamond ring?
Legends speak of a whopping big diamond ring on Blood Island.
Blood Island? I've never heard of it.
You will soon become quite familiar with it.
Is your wife still gold, or did she remove the curse? We went with silver. No curse, thankfully.
I have also seen that Blood Island will be the place where you will die.
Die? Did you say die? As in me, dead?
Don't be such a baby.
Isn't there a less dangerous way?
No, The value of the ring on Blood Island comes from its emotional significance. It represents a pure, true love, a power greater than any other.
Oh, that's sweet. I think I have something in my eye.
Do not mock the voodoo priestess.
So mostly just telling us what we need to do.
How do I get to Blood Island?
You will need
Lots of good mic
things.
drops in the game, whether it's a
Blood Island,
key
where the
change with the
journey is a
music
long
or
and dangerous
a
one.
little bit of reverb on their voice,
Seaworthy
the
ship
words.
to take you there, and an experienced crew.
Map ship crew.
Map, ship, and crew. Got it. Well, how will I find the ring on Blood Island?
All I can say is that I see a long and painful history connected with that ring. And I feel a great sadness associated with it. You will learn more once you have actually found the island.
It's a you problem, bro. You gotta figure it out.
Blood Island sounds dangerous. You have to come with me.
No, I cannot. I have lived on 3 different islands in the past 6 years. I do not wish to travel.
It's a lot when you think about it.
Besides, this derelict is still in escrow.
Oh, where's C? Give me information and advice.
But who will give me information and advice? You've got to come. You're my only hope.
No, Guybrush. There is another.
Blood Island, here I come.
another. There's a funny joke that was like 30 years in the making for me.
What island is this, anyway?
See if I can find it.
You have landed on Plunder Island.
Plunder Island. Sounds appropriately piratey.
Naturally. It's a sort of retirement community for ex-pirates and their spouses.
Sounds exciting.
Lately, there has been all too much excitement on the island. All centering around Governor Marley, LeChuck, and a giant chicken.
Giant chicken. Elaine is governor of like 3 or 4 islands, I'm pretty sure.
Elaine is governor of this island, too?
Actually, Elaine is the governor of the entire Tri-Island area, comprised of Melee, Booty, and Plunder Islands. She moved to her fort here on Plunder after the kitchen and landscaping staff quit her Booty Island mansion.
Well, how did you end up on Plunder Island?
I realized that my location in the swamp on Scab Island wasn't ideally situated.
So you moved to a swamp on a different island?
I just said I could see the future. I never claimed to be an expert in real estate.
I think this is it here. Nope.
What about this giant chicken business?
Ah yes, Guybrush. You have landed on an island gripped by the cold, clammy hand of fear.
Don't you think you're being a bit overdramatic?
This was a peaceful island until the great beast landed on our shores. Some say it was sent to make the islanders pay for their cruelty. Others claim it was simply blind fate. Whatever the impetus, it came.
It came.
What came?
It was El Pollo Diablo, the giant demon chicken. Tall as a man and twice as powerful, his massive drumsticks propel him through the dark jungle with ease. No one has seen the beast, but on the eve of the full moon, his blood-curdling squawk can be heard from every corner of this wretched island. In the dark of night, he roosts patiently, watching, waiting for the one day.
No, wait. Don't tell me. Let me guess. He's establishing a new pecking order.
He roams the island, exacting terrible vengeance on those who would capture and eat his smaller brethren.
Oh, give me a break.
There were once others like you, skeptical to the true nature of the beast. But they're all dead now, pecked into a bloody pulp by his savage beak. But I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, right, whatever. Thanks. I've heard all I needed to know.
El Pollo Diablo lives rent-free in my head since 1997. He just will not leave.
Who did you say kidnapped Elaine?
I suspect it was the work of the pirates anchored in Danger Cove.
Who are these pirates?
Danger
No one
Cove.
knows. But people speak of strange, almost inhuman screams coming from their ship late into the night.
Creepy.
And their captain is a cruel, savage beast, the fiercest pirate ever to sail the Caribbean.
Well, they're gonna regret messing with my girlfriend. Danger Cove, huh? You might want to stay indoors. This could get messy. I want to know what voodoo spell you're working on.
Voodoo spell? Oh, this. This is just a fondue I'm making for tonight. Would you like to try it?
Does it have any skink toes in it?
A few.
I'll pass. I finally defeated LeChuck and his skeleton pirates.
True evil can never be destroyed completely.
But I heard him blow up and everything.
You'd be surprised at how much abuse an evil
LeChuck
undead
always
zombie
comes
pirate can
back.
take.
I finally found Big Whoop and was enormously disappointed.
Big Whoop is pure evil. You were lucky to escape alive.
I can't remember much about it, just that I was expecting so much more and felt so let down.
Yes, it is the source of much of LeChuck's power.
I'm never going back there again.
I have foreseen otherwise.
Such a Star Wars reference
Return to Big Whoop
from a
and
LucasArts game.
confront LeChuck once again.
It's okay, I'm never coming back here again.
What makes you think LeChuck will be back?
Some men can search their entire lives and never discover their reason for being. LeChuck has found his, to perpetually rise from the dead and torment you and Elaine. It's what he does best.
It's living.
Gee, when you put it that way, it's kind of hard to stay mad at him. Well, how can I finally destroy him for good?
No one knows. His power seems to grow with every incarnation. You may have dealt with him for now, but this respite can only be temporary at best.
I want to know more about safe hair replacement systems.
I can imagine. Didn't you have a beard the last time I saw you?
I sure did, a really cool one. I wonder what happened to it.
Yeah, he's clean shaven this one.
I want to know more about a diet I can live with.
I'll share with you knowledge passed from mother to daughter in my family for generations.
What's that?
Low fat, high fiber. It works.
Low fat, high fiber. This is the joke. This joke made no sense to me when I was 7 years old. At 35, after buying property, it makes a lot more sense now.
I want to know more about variable rate mortgages.
Bad idea. Though attractive to the first-time homeowner, the rate reacts wildly to fluctuations in the market and can work against the buyer over time. You're best off starting with a 20% down payment and a variable rate mortgage, then refinancing at a fixed rate after 1 or 2 years as the market warrants.
Could you repeat that?
No.
Just remember it forever and don't forget. It's good advice, and it makes so much more sense on this end of things. For a first-time homeowner.
Thanks for your help. Gotta go.
All right, let's continue with the adventure. So for the impatient child, you can just double-click really quick, and then he'll run.
Welcome, patron, to the Barbary Coast, where every haircut is an adventure.
Aye, And if you're wanting a haircut, you'll have to wait until I'm finished with Captain Rottingham here.
Are you guys pirate barbers?
We prefer the term buccaneer hairstylists.
Great. Maybe you guys can help me find this huge diamond ring I'm looking for.
Diamond ring?
Yeah, it's supposedly enormous, and it's on Blood Island.
Blood Island?
Blood Island?
Never heard of it.
It's a funny story, really. I need it to lift this curse that's turned my girlfriend into a solid gold statue.
Solid gold.
Solid gold.
Wait a second. Did I just share too much?
You did. So we're looking for a crew, we're looking for a map, and we're looking for a ship. What's fun little tidbit here is this Scotsman barber here, Haggis McMutton, we will find out his name is actually voiced by Alan Young, who voiced the original Scrooge McDuck, as well as a few other Disney characters. So he's a pleasure to listen to in this game.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
I see. And I don't care.
Not this guy, the Scotsman.
I'm a mighty pirate.
Ha!
Ha!
What do you mean, ha?
I meant just what I said. Ha! If you're a mighty pirate, then I'm bold.
So if you want to have, like, people not like a person in your story, have them kick a dog, or just be mean like this. This is basically, like, Guybrush is a sweetie, and you're just kicking him down.
I'm mighty enough to defeat LeChuck twice.
LeChuck? Ha! Even if he's dead, there's just no excuse for that hair.
Ivysaur E.G. Alan Young passed away in 2016 in his 90s and was acting Scrooge until the end. Now David Tennant, Doctor Who, voices Scrooge in the new DuckTales reboot. That's true. I thought David did a really good job. From listening to the original, I do miss the old voice, but I thought David did a great job and made it his own.
So you're a ship captain, huh?
Not just any ship captain. Don't tell me you've never heard of Captain Rene Rottingham.
I've never heard of Captain.
I'm only the most cunning and well-groomed captain ever to sail the Caribbean.
Caribbean? Rene Rottingham.
Well, how'd you like to join my crew?
Me serve on your crew? Please don't make me break into hysterical laughter while this buffoon is working on my hair.
This buffoon is working on my hair.
Why don't you want to join my crew?
I serve under no man. Oh boy.
Oh
Now,
boy.
just 1 second.
If there's any treasure to be found, I'm going to be the man to find it. And I'll look absolutely stunning while I'm doing it.
Did you know you're starting to go gray?
I most certainly am not.
I always thought the response was "you are certainly MR," but that's a Shrek. I think that's a Shrek revisit.
Don't get me wrong, gray hair suits you.
It doesn't. I mean, of course it would. But I don't have to worry about that for several years.
I've got gray hairs now. There's so much more this year than last year.
If I were you, I'd worry more about those split ends.
Split ends? I'll have you know I've killed men for comments less slanderous than that.
Fire! Run for your life!
I'm sure the authorities probably have the situation under control. But just in case, Barber, more moisturizer.
More moisturizer. So Guybrush wants into that chair for some reason, and he's trying to get Renee out of it so we can progress the game. So these options are more. This one in particular is just trying to get him out of the chair.
Rabid dogs are on the loose! Get out, now!
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
There are no rabid dogs on the loose.
That's just what they want you to think.
But nothing will work until you actually find the actual answer to the puzzle.
There's an axe-wielding maniac at the door! Flee!
Perhaps you should offer yourself as a sacrifice so the rest of us may be saved.
You seem busy. I'll come back later.
I'll be back later. Let's go talk to Bill really quick.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
So,
It's good to meet you, Mr.
Bill.
I'm not
Bill?
sure who this actor
your
is. It
pirate
might
name,
be Steve
Bill?
Bloom, might be somebody else.
Cutthroat Bill.
Cutthroat Bill.
Oh, I see. Well, that puts a whole new spin on it, doesn't it? Are you ever going back to pirating?
Maybe. Someday.
If I find the right captain.
Perfect. I'll be your captain. Onward to Blood Island and high adventure. Wanna come?
You, a captain? Hardly.
Might not be Steve Bloom, it might be somebody else. Greg Berger, thank you, Ivysaur EG, who was also Jack from Final Fantasy X. Ah, there we go. I don't know why I thought it was Steve Bloom. He's in a lot of stuff, so I thought it was a good shot in the dark.
I defeated the Swordmaster of Melee Island.
And what do you have to show
Who hasn't?
for it?
I've got a ton of cool stories.
Treasure? Immense mounds of gold and diamonds? Solid gold scepters of power? Anything?
Well, I've got these nickels.
Wooden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some treasure hunter you are. You couldn't find gold in a jewelry shop.
I bet I could too, you big old bedwetting duty head.
How much would you bet?
Well, I've got these nickels.
Right. Come back when you have some real treasure to show me.
Real treasure.
Say, what you eating there?
Jawbreaker.
Is it good?
Yep.
You don't say much, do you?
Nope.
I think I heard somewhere in the game he was on the Jawbreaker because he was quitting smoking or something like that. I don't remember.
That's a really good jawbreaker there, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's just terrific, isn't it?
Yep.
Boy, I sure could go for a jawbreaker right about now.
Yep.
I said I sure could go for a jawbreaker right about now.
I hope you find one.
I hope you find one.
Pirate stories. Got any?
Okay, here's a story. I started out as a crewman on the raging Tightwad, sailing out of Puerto Pollo. The captain was a master treasure hunter, a diviner from some ancient secret society.
The Raging Tightwad is such a name. It's quite the name for a ship.
He had some weird fifth sense when it came to finding objects of value.
Don't you mean sixth sense?
No. By some cruel trick of nature, he was born without taste buds. But his other senses took over and gave him an uncanny ability to find treasure. We left port without a map, guided only by the captain's keen senses. We spent the first week going around in circles, until we realized the crew's gold earrings were throwing the captain off. After we tossed all our jewelry, gold coins, and belt buckles overboard, we got back on course.
Did you ever find any treasure?
We sailed for 2 years, and had finally started back to Plunder Island. But just as we started to doubt him, he paid off. We found sunken treasure right off the coast.
Wait a second. Was it an enormous pile of jewelry and gold coins and belt buckles at the bottom of the bay?
Exactly. How did you know that?
I just had a feeling.
Just a feeling.
How'd you break into the hairstyling industry?
I saw an ad to join a barbershop quartet. Got a problem with that?
No, that must be very rewarding work.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mean? Well, just that, you know, cutting hair and singing must be just a lot of fun.
It's like a party every day. Some days I just don't know how to contain my joy. I get giddy, and the laughter bubbles out of me like a sparkling fountain of mirth and gaiety.
Okay, new topic.
You see this, he's like cleaning a rag that looks to have some kind of blood-like substance on it. And I've just noticed the floor beneath Haggis. There's a little bit of spots on the floor that could be blood. I think that's like in reference to back in the day. Well, either they're having accidents while they're cutting hair, or it's a reference to, I think barbers were kind of a medical spot you could stop at to get some things sewn up or minor things done. And it was kind of a one-stop shop for two things kind of thing, for medical purposes.
Do you really enjoy being a barber?
It's a steady income.
You gonna finish that jawbreaker?
Sure am.
Okay, just checking. It's been a pleasure. Bye.
So you can get the jawbreaker, you just gotta give him a little pat on the back.
You know, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I think we've bonded.
So Bill's in a bit of a problem, in a bit of a pickle. I think if we leave, he's still choking. But I've never had the heart to leave him for too long. Frick it up!
How did you do that?
Oh, it was nothing really. Just sudden pressure applied below the sternum to expel a foreign object from the windpipe.
That's amazing. I owe you my life. From now on.
Yes?
From now on, that will be known as the Threepwood Maneuver.
I am a little bit afraid of choking. I've had a couple close calls with some bits of ice before. Thankfully, they melted and I was able to breathe again, but it's a few seconds of just freaking out. Like, I would really hate to try and have to do the Heimlich on somebody. I don't want to hurt them, and I also don't want to fail at helping them. Such pressure. Apply the right pressure where you need it.
Ahoy there, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Of course you are.
Okay then, who are you?
Edward Van Helgen.
Not thee!
That's right, mine is the name that pirates fear the most.
Van Helgen's pretty
Edward Snugglecakes Van Helgen.
Snugglecakes.
How'd you like to join my ever-growing pirate crew?
Your crew? Why would I want to be on your crew?
It's gonna be a blast. We're going to Blood Island.
Sorry, Threepwood. As much as I'd love to be out at sea again, I could never serve a captain who wasn't a gentleman and who wasn't my equal.
Gentlemen? That's me all over.
Then prove it. If you can defeat me in a gentleman's duel, I'll join your crew.
All right, let's get to dueling.
No. There are rules. If you want to duel with me, you have to give me sufficient insults.
Okay. Nice cologne you're wearing. Did you actually roll around in dung or just dab a little behind each ear?
That's not the type of insult I had in mind.
Hey, that's a nice shirt. How long have you been colorblind?
Oh, please.
Did I mention you're a big old bedwetting duty head?
No, but I'm still not impressed.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
That's an old one. Come back when you have some fresher material, eh?
I don't want to insult you. Why can't we just get along? You went from pirating to hairstyling. Why?
The music of the sea is something that takes hold of your soul and never lets go. But the life of a sailor is a rough one, and the sea shows no mercy. It was no easy choice to leave, but I realized that I could still enjoy the music of the sea while remaining safely on land.
Through affordably priced sea shanty compilation albums?
No. By starting a
Those might do well now,
obviously.
honestly.
Obviously, but there are only 3 of you.
Auditions didn't go as well as we'd hoped. We once had a tenor named Dominique, but he left. Artistic differences.
You still haven't explained why you chose hairstyling.
Well, we spent so much time coming up with a clever name for the shop, we realized we were going to have to give up singing and actually become barbers. But I still like to think that we're not just cutting hair. That maybe, just maybe, we're teaching people a little bit about themselves.
Are you truly happy with this line of work?
What a question.
I may return to the sea one day, but for now I'm happy helping pirates look their very best. At least until we find a 4th for our barbershop quartet.
I could be the 4th for your barbershop quartet.
No, that's okay. I was wrong. We don't need
Immediate
one after all.
backpedal.
Oh, come on, I really got away with a ballad.
All right, then. Let's hear what you've got.
Thank you for joining me while we torture Van Helgen for an unknown amount of time.
Oh, there's a monkey in my pocket and he's stealing all my change. His stare is blank and glassy. I suspect that he's deranged.
Oh, my dear, sweet, merciful Savior in heaven.
Pretty good, huh?
You must take an oath now, before man and God, that you will never ever again sing in public.
So, what are you telling me exactly? Let me try out for your barbershop quartet again.
No!
Oh, please, please! The spirit of music is in me!
All right, but this is the last time.
Once my old man spoke to good King Triton and asked, why all this senseless fightin'? Why can't we men express emotion? Now I've got a friend in the...
Great sainted jumping monkeys!
What do you think, huh?
That was even more atonal than last time.
I bet you have a ton of cool pirate stories.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, come on, I'd really like to hear some of...
The year was 1675. We were on a course towards the wreck of the Rattling Phlegm. Our days were filled with songs of the voyage and the untold riches we'd find at our destination. 2 months into our journey, we realized something was horribly wrong.
Was it some kind of seasickness?
In a manner of speaking, we were all stricken with a melody. A diabolical song that I shall never forget. La 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 la.
Hey, that's kind of catchy.
Aye, all too catchy for a crew of 50 men confined to a ship hundreds of miles from port. No one could think of anything else, and many threw themselves into the sea rather than hear any more of the incessant humming. We returned with but 8 of our crew left. The doomed voyage of the Obsessivo-Compulsivo will haunt me forever.
The Obsessivo Compulsivo. From 50 to 8 that's pretty staggering, and woof.
Hey, let me try out another song for your
I'll bug him
barbershop.
with one more.
Am I just not getting through to you, Threepwood?
Come on, this time will be great. Trust me.
If you insist.
I got a good feeling about this one.
Plunder, plunder, how I wonder how'd ya get so doggone pretty? Home to sailors, barbers, tailors, and Puerto Pollo, your capital city.
Mother of all that we as humans hold sacred.
Well?
You're actually beginning to make me physically ill. Please stop.
Should I move my face? Let's leave it for now. That's okay. We're only cutting off Van Halken's hat.
Listen to me sing again. You'll love it this time.
I really, really, really don't want to.
No, believe me, I'm just getting warmed up. I'm hooked on you, baby, but the seas keep us apart, and there ain't no eye patch big enough to cover up my broken heart.
Words. I need more words. My grasp of the language is not sufficient to describe the violent, retching nausea your singing is causing me to experience.
I'm not following you. Is that a good thing? I've got one song left for you. It's a showstopper.
Okay. Whatever.
Whatever.
For those cold, dark shipboard nights, we've got boxers, briefs, and tights. Made from cotton, silk, or satin, in styles Anglo, Dutch, and Latin. When you sail, don't take a chance, wearing nothing neath your pants. Trust Silver's long johns. They breathe.
That's odd.
What? What? You liked it?
No, it was dreadful. It's just that my queasiness has subsided. But now I'm beginning to taste metal and see spots before my eyes. I'm afraid that your singing is so bad that it has caused me to have a stroke.
Sorry, just messing with this. I should leave it alone.
Whoa, look at the time. Gotta scoot.
Alright, so to get these crewmen on board, so to speak, we gotta do a few things. First of which will be... We'll get Van Helsing. Van Helgen, not Helsing. Van Helgen. Van Helsing on the crew would be pretty cool too. So we've gone to the theater, looking around.
Looks too big for me. Looks like a nice coat. With just a few flakes of unsightly dandruff.
Oh no, dandruff. Let's get rid of the dandruff.
I'd hate people to think less of this guy just because of a slight problem with... Hey, this isn't dandruff. Oh.
Here. It's a little bit of lice. A little bit of unpleasantness as the living rice runs around in your pocket. This is another adventure game staple, which is we just steal everything that's not nailed down. Let's take this magic wand.
Watch me make this disappear.
See? He knows the game. And actually, if I open this wallet...
There's a glove in here.
In the pocket. Okay, now we got a glove. And with a glove, we can give Van Helgen sufficient insult. Grab a glove, apply to face.
Now there's a challenge. To the field of honor. Choose your weapon.
I choose this pistol. If I beat you, will you join my crew?
The odds of you beating me are so astronomical, I will take that bet. Again, I prove to you I'm the greatest duelist in the world.
Are you still undecided about joining my crew?
No, I've decided. You're clearly incapable of serving as my captain. You're no match for me in a gentleman's duel. And your gross incompetence at even the simplest of...
I don't think I've seen that before.
Hey! Why did you slap me again?
Just felt like it.
Just felt like it. Oh, I thought we were going to go...
This outside,
there we go.
shall we?
Right into the challenge.
Choose your weapon.
So one of the things I adore about this game is that the answers are...
I choose the banjo.
I accept.
a little different.
You do?
I used to mess this up all the time.
What's the matter,
Whoop.
Brush Boy? Can't you keep up?
I screwed it up again. I
I'm
misclicked.
sorry, I just lost myself in the beauty of the melody.
Would you like to try again?
Sure, I'm just getting warmed up.
Okay, this is easier with a little notepad next to you. Dang, 4. 4. 5. So this is the same as what we did last time. This would be 3. Nope, 4 again. Okay, don't mess up. Five. 1. 1. 4. 1.
You're pretty good, boy. Let's see you follow this.
He's good. I'll never beat him.
Then Hagen going just at it. He's got like a treble clef and stuff going on. This is the only time you will use a gun.
What? You shot my banjo.
You can't be sure of that. That shot may have come from the grassy knoll.
Of all the lowdown tricks, I never heard of anything so low. I completely misjudged you. You are a pirate after all. I'd be proud to join your crew.
Great.
I'll just pack this stuff up and get ready. And give me back my gun.
I'll need 2 more sailors for my crew.
And we've got a sailor ready to go. Oh, missed it.
Holy infestation! You've been struck with the hair demons.
What are you talking about?
The cursed head vermin, the scourge of every hygienic sailor on the 7 seas.
That's a lie.
Sure as I'm standing here, they're wriggling about your scalp like a pack of wretched sea lions.
Good analogy.
This calls for drastic action. I'm bringing in old Ironsides.
No, let's not be too rash.
Rash. That's a bad sign.
There's no time to lose. I'm going to have to amputate.
Amputate.
No, you'll ruin my hair.
Oh, he saves himself some cash on some barber fees.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood, here to serve all your mighty pirate needs.
Pleasure to meet you, Guybrush. I am Haggis McMutton of the clan McMutton.
Haggis. That's an unusual name.
I suppose it is, but Haggis is just a nickname. The given name is heart, liver, and kidneys boiled in the stomach of the animal McMutton.
Oh, so your parents were expecting a girl.
Aye.
It is. That is Alan Young voicing Haggis McMutton. Thank you, Mike and BP. I adore his voice. He does a great job. How did you become a barber?
How did you become a barber pirate?
I spent 10 years at sea on board the HMS Anathema, the fastest ship in the Scottish Navy.
So how did that help you become a barber pirate?
It was a clipper ship.
Haggis is the goat for Curse, for sure. He's always there with you, especially in that second part of the game, which is just all ship combat.
Do you know any arousing pirate stories?
Well, there is the story of the secret of Bulky Island. We were a crew of 200 men, under the command of Big Jake McJuggernaut, the most powerful captain on the seas.
Big Jake McJuggernaut.
Captain Jake heard the tale of an enormous treasure buried somewhere on Bulky Island. We set sail and landed on the island within a fortnight and found the treasure the next morning.
Bulky Island? Where's that?
You won't find it on any map. Captain Jake took the location of the treasure to his grave. Oh, it was a beautiful sight. A tremendous chest made of solid gold. Big Jake leapt into the hole and wrapped his sinewy arms around the chest. He gathered his resolve, counted to 3, filled his lungs, and lifted with all his might. The sound of his back cracking brought a grimace to even the most steel-hearted crewman. By nightfall, the lot of us were lying on the beach, writhing in pain.
Why didn't you lift with your knees?
That would have been the weak man's way out. The pirate
Remember to lift in your green zone, everybody. It's just that space
wanting the treasure
between
for
pelvis
himself.
and
The
chest.
weakling
Just
used
keep
a
it
lever
there,
and
around the
took
middle.
chest, laughing
You
at
won't
it
strain
as
your
he
back.
carried it to his ship.
And lift with the
My
legs.
proud Captain McJuggernaut died in traction, cursing himself for not being strong enough.
How would you like to join my crew?
You seem like a nice enough sort, Guybrush, but a man cannot serve as my captain unless he earns me respect.
And how would a man go about doing that?
By besting me in a time-honored test of strength.
Wrist wrestling?
No, I'm talking about the traditional Highland display of strength and virility, the caber toss.
Caber toss.
Is this some sort of weird hazing ritual?
No, nothing like that. The caber is a large tree trunk. We go to the field of competition, and each of us heaves the caber as far as he can. The man whose caber goes the farthest is the winner.
That's just about the stupidest sport I've ever heard of. And I watch cable television.
Aye, but you cannot argue with tradition.
Mike MVP says, I was told told to lift using only your back and in jerking twisting motions. Also, sounds like a solid plan.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
I'd love to try caber tossing, actually. Probably wouldn't go much further than Guybrush.
Such a weak captain.
Those sure are nice scissors.
Aye, they're my best pair. They can cut through almost anything.
And why are they in the ceiling?
Sometimes I cut hair so fast, the scissors fly from my hands at unbelievable speeds.
That sounds dangerous.
Could I borrow those scissors for a minute?
Sorry, no. They're much too valuable to me. You know they can cut through almost anything.
Yes, I believe you mentioned that. I sure could use a haircut.
Have a seat, laddie, and I'll do you up with a fine coif.
Family Guy ref, no one listened to me. No worries. I must have missed that one. Let's get up. So this, basically you want to get this paperweight, but you gotta do it by raising your stool. But you want to be careful not to undo it, because sometimes if you hit the wrong end of the handle, it'll bring you down and you gotta start over.
Ugh, blast that ineffectual paperweight. I'll have to go find another.
Ineffectual
What about my
paperweight.
haircut?
Keep your skirt on, lad.
So I think I don't know. I would mess this up somehow. I think I just grabbed the wrong end or something. I like that the chair just goes up and up and up. There you go.
Phew. Well, I searched the whole island, and I couldn't have found a single rock for a paperweight. I suppose I'll just have to eyeball your haircut.
I just remembered I have another appointment.
Oh, I was going to give you a French braid, too.
French braid too. Okay, so Haggis and Bill are going to be a little bit of a longer go to get them recruited. But don't you worry, we will have them on board soon enough with a little bit of skullduggery and pirating. Should we talk to Spear now? Let's talk to him later. And do all this a little bit later. We had the scissors though. And the scissors is what we need for over here. Let's talk to the drive-thru real quick.
Hello? I can't understand you. What was that? Forget it.
I never have a problem with drive-thrus intercom until I do, and then it's the same feeling. It's just like, what are you saying? Yes, I think so. 20 nuggets,
I wonder if
please.
This plaque says something about the flower I just cut.
Oh yeah, read the plaque.
Ipecac, Cephalus ipecacuana, one of the creeping vines common throughout Plunder Island. The syrup made from the ipecac flowers was used by the early settlers of Plunder Island as a purgative.
A purgative is you throw up. There we go. This will take us to Danger Cove. Is Danger Cove supposed to be spelled with a J? I feel like that's wrong.
I wonder what this sign means.
Interesting.
Snake crossing. What possible harm could a snake? Well, this isn't good.
So, welcome to another level where we spent much time as a kid, not sure what to do after a certain point. The joke is that there's these several things lying around the grove that could help you with a snake, such as this snake beating cloud.
I can't see it, but I'm sure it's a 9-iron.
High fiber cereal.
I can't see what that is, but I bet it's a box of Full of Bran cereal. The highest fiber content available without a prescription.
I don't know if Guybrush would want to take.
Last I heard, they added even more live white mouse flavor.
Would want to take that exit.
I bet that's a big old stick, the perfect snake beating size. I think it's a machete sharp enough to cut through even the largest reptiles. I can't see it, but I bet it's snake away.
Literally saw a snake a few hours ago. They're there when you don't expect them.
I can't see it, but I bet it's Snake Away brand snake repellent.
Snake Away brand snake repellent.
I think those are the Jaws of Life, which would really help me get out of this snake.
Okay, so these are all the things we can't access, but we do have our inventory. And there's a few things we can do because we picked. Oh wait, no, we haven't grabbed anything. So if you click on his head, you can grab a few
I'd love
things.
to punch him one, but I don't want to make him angry.
No, you want it out of the stomach. Sorry. And then just keep grabbing it. More and more things. Lots of stuff. Good silhouette. Okay, now we can look at our inventory and see just so much. Naturalist remains. Oop.
It's the remains of a member of the Plunder Island Naturalist Society. Those guys sure are dedicated.
Very dedicated.
It's a big steaming cup of joe.
Okay. Fabergé egg.
It's a priceless, delicate Fabergé egg.
Syrup.
Maple.
Top secret plans.
I hate to think what would happen if these fell into the wrong hands.
Okay, so what you do is you make some ipecac syrup. If you've seen Family Guy,
It makes syrup of ipecac. That seems logical.
you will be familiar with this. It's not as violent as the episode, but similar results.
Whew. That sure was a close one. I thought for sure when I got eaten by that snake that I was done for. Thank goodness I'm safe. No? Hey! Hang on, the quicksand is sucking all the cool stuff I found in that snake from my pants. Now there's an odd sensation.
I can imagine. So one thing I really enjoy about this game is that there's just small little things that you can skip over and never see or know about. But one of the little things that I really like is this Papapishu bush called a thorny plant. If you do not read this plaque, then there's no change to the game whatsoever. But if you do read it, Guybrush's speech will change just slightly enough.
Papapishu bush. Discovered by Plunder Island's indigenous peoples, this bush is named after a native word meaning youch.
So literally a youch plant.
Ah, Papapishu.
So now
Well, I got the thorn. I hope that was worth it.
every time Guybrush gets hurt now or says ouch, he will instead say Papapishu.
Neat. A world-class pea shooter.
So now we got a little pea shooter, and then we can use these helium balloons that we've had since the beginning.
Maybe later.
He doesn't want to use it right now, so... But I did get that rock. And you can't get here without getting the rock, so they know you'll have it. If they had designed it so that you could get here
Perfect.
before
For once today, things are going...
getting the rock, then I believe you would be stuck. But they know what they were doing.
Well, darn.
Actually had to take that before, not fun. I can imagine. I don't think purgatives are very pleasant in general.
Goodness for those unpredictable Caribbean trade winds.
There we go. And A plus B equals C. See? Now we have arrived at Danger Cove. And these sharks will follow us forever. Yeah, Danger Bay. They're spelling it with a J. I didn't catch that. I have never caught that.
It's a nice boat, except for that enormous gaping hole in the bottom.
In normal mode, you can just take this over and continue, but you need to patch this hole first. In Mega Monkey mode, which we are playing, so we will go get the necessary pieces to the puzzle. We'll go another half hour, I think, before we wrap it for today. Let's go get some fried chicken.
Do you have a reservation?
With Captain Blondebeard.
Of course I have a reservation.
Then let's see your reservation slip. Very good. You may seat yourself, Mr. Pardon me. Mrs. Bryanstew.
Now, I should have tried this before getting the reservation from the snake's stomach, but we are here anyway. Let's grab some stuff. Whatever's not nailed down. Speaking of unpleasant things to put in your mouth, look at these biscuits. Looks okay.
Whoa! This biscuit is full of maggots!
Protein.
That's my special ingredient. That's just the right amount of exotic flavor. It's a good thing, too, because I can't keep them out of the food around here.
Can't beat them. Use them.
Excuse me, sir? Now that's just rude. He's not much of a talker. Hey, mister. Mister, you listening? Ah! It's one of LeChuck's skeletal horde.
Aye. I fixed his little red dinghy, but good.
The undead that walk among us must surely be destroyed, lest their evil like overrun and befoul the world of the living.
Aye. And he complained about me chicken.
Oh.
So this is a reference to another LucasArts game that was out at the time, or coming out, which was called Grim Fandango. I have never played Grim Fandango. I've heard it's okay game. I would like to try it out. Maybe I'll try it out in the future. But I did not catch this reference when I was younger. I just thought it was a weird looking skeleton.
It says, ask me about Grim Fandango.
There you go.
I don't want people always asking me about Grim Fandango.
Maybe once we play it.
This is the greasiest, crustiest, most revolting chicken I've ever seen.
Ah, yes. He got our black and Cajun style chicken.
Okay, so then add maggots to chicken. I forget why we needed... Oh, this is his membership to the club.
Ugh.
I'll just grab it.
Brimstone Beach Club. Member since 1632.
Get some info from old Clapton Blondebeard.
Excuse me, but
What a lucky pirate are ye!
me?
You've struck gold, boy!
I have?
Gold, gold,
Mike MVP
gold!
says he played the remaster several years ago and it was pretty good.
Oh.
Give it a try.
Trove of deep-fried fun. Now, what can kindly old Captain Blondebeard bring ye for lunch?
I'll have the roasted waddle mole.
We're out of that, I'm afraid. Actually, I'm out of just about everything. Not a drumstick left. All I have left are those biscuits and a few tubs of our special Ipecac slaw.
How's the Ipecac slaw?
Not bad.
Not bad.
But 15 minutes later, you'd be hungry again.
Ugh.
Would you like to join my crew and sail to Blood Island?
What? Leave me shop unguarded? Why, you treacherous tripe! You're lucky I don't take out me whisk and run you straight through.
Whoa, calm down. I was just asking.
Sorry, I'm as edgy as a beached whale in Nantucket.
What's wrong?
There be a horror that prowls the jungles of Plunder Island. A 7-foot-tall monster he be, and he has a hatred for mankind unequaled. His preternatural rage burns hotter than the coals used to roast 1,000,000 of his kin. He is El Pollo Diablo, the Devil Chicken. The Devil Chicken!
The devil chicken.
He hates me most of all, and his revenge against me must be tastier than me hearty giblets and cracklins party mix.
What's he done?
El Pollo
He
Diablo.
turned loose all me
The devil
chickens,
chicken.
returned them to the wild to roam the jungles free as nature intended. Even now, I have a huge order to fill and no chicken to fill it, but I know he's not through. Ruining me business is just the first step. Someday he'll return. For me! But mark this, I'll be ready for him. And a 7-foot chicken means me business will be thriving once more.
Oh boy, El Pollo Diablo.
To whom are you going to deliver your chicken?
There lies a pirate ship in Danger Cove, and the first mate of that ship fancies me chicken. But I better be delivering their chicken soon. Most likely I won't even have time to cook it.
Why is that?
You see, I got me this delivery in 30 days or it's free policy, and I be running a bit behind.
What are the pirates of Danger Cove like?
They're a secretive lot, and I can't say I've seen too much of them. They seem to be what one would expect from a bunch of grog-swinging pirates. As filthy and hairy a bunch of swabs as you'd ever hope to meet. But beware of their captain. From what I hear, he's got the disposition of a shark in need of a root canal. If he be catching you near his boat, you'll be tortured for sure.
A shark would not need a root canal. The teeth would fall out and then the next row would just shove in. But I think they're being hyperbolic.
How long have you been out of chickens?
Weeks, months maybe. And it's not the loss of business that hurts me the most.
No?
I miss the taste of me chicken. You could dine this world over, but you'll never be a connoisseur of carrion till you had a taste of me savory squab. Why, even now I gets me a craving for me palate-pleasing poultry. Ah, I can taste it now. Me crispy bounty of breaded beaks. There'd be nothing like the hearty crunch from these pan-fried jewels.
Isn't that a little hard on your teeth?
Aye, but the challenge of it all be half the dining enjoyment. Now that I got the thought of that crispy chicken extremity in me head, I'll be pining for the crunch till I get me something to crack me teeth on.
This game might be why I bite ice. When I'm having a pop or a fountain drink and I just start chewing on the ice at the end of it, I kind of think of this guy and where my teeth might be going.
Nice gold tooth you have there.
Aye! It glistens like the golden topping of grease on me luscious batter-fried chicken.
Don't you ever like to get outside the shop?
Aye, I love the outdoors, especially the beach. Why, I'm in fact a member of the Brimstone Beach Club in Smorgy. Been a member there for years.
How did you become a member?
pause real quick. First time chat. Tapton, this is a friend we know as Andres. Hey, what's up, Chris? Finally catch you live. How's the Monkey Island going? Never played it myself, but I know it's a classic. Hey, Andres. I glad to see you here. Happy you could join us today at Chris's Castle. We're giving Monkey Island number 3, Curse of Monkey Island, a try today. Just to spend some time. This is my absolute favorite game ever, mostly just because of the time of when I played it. I was probably 7 or 8 the first time I played it, and I have to just go back every couple of years because I love it so much.
Having it, it was in me breast pocket. I believe I was in the kitchen preparing some grub. Then I had that awful sneezing fit. Oh, that was bad. No matter. I guess I'll just have him issue me a new one.
Your typical point-and-click adventure, but this one's just chock full of gags and jokes. I just can't leave it alone. We found his membership in his chicken, and that's why we were trying to get into that. So
I'll let you get back to work.
This is the key to getting our crew members. It has so many voice lines. It does. This is the first game of theirs that they did voiceover work, and it's really cool. The acting is great. I love the line reads. It's funny to have such impassioned reads, like "El Pollo Diablo," and then he just kind of raises his arms because they only have a few frames for a few characters. But this Captain Blondebeard is our key to getting more crew members, and we can do that with a bit of gum. This is a bacon flavored, I think.
Bit O jerky bubblegum.
Okay, jerky flavored. Double click that and give it to our friend.
Ah, that meat-flavored gum be looking mighty, mighty tempting. But right now, I be having this insane craving for something crunchy.
Oh, sorry, we're supposed to give him the jawbreaker first. Andres asks, is the Grim Fandango a literal character here, or is that a cameo? That's a cameo. That's a cameo I had missed when I was younger. The bad guys are a bunch of undead skeletons, and Grim Fandango has been masquerading as them secretly, and when we pushed him over, the reveal was that it's him. So there's a little button next to him that says, ask me about Grim Fandango. I have not watched it. Others have played it, or I have not played it, but others have played it and told me it's pretty good. So we'll have to try it someday in the future.
To crack me teeth on. Something crispy and crackly, like me mouth-watering, tongue-torturing, chicken and lighter fluid special. Aye, if I hadn't lost all me chickens, I could be savoring that succulent bit of squab right now.
I agree with Mike MVP. Murray is the best skeleton, though. He is my favorite. I love him so much. We'll see more of him soon. All right, Jawbreaker first, which we got from Bill. And we'll give it to Blondebeard.
Would you like this Jawbreaker?
Thanks to ye. Ouch! I think I loosed me gold tooth. I knew sweets were being bad for me teeth, but it had a fine crunch and were a fiesta of flavor. From now on, I'll be sticking to fleshier foodstuffs. Something chewy. Well, there I go again. This old salt's got a craving for something to squish between me teeth.
So he's never satisfied. But here, we can take a look at this painting.
The devil chicken.
The devil chicken. El Pollo Diablo. Roaming the island, freeing all the chickens from the fried chicken restaurants. Here. Now we can give him the gum. Because he finished our Jawbreaker.
That doesn't need gum.
Stop moving.
Would you like some gum?
Thanks. This is really good steak-flavored gum. It gets you here. And it gets you right here.
And then we can be a little bit mean. So you see... There we go.
Why, you little scamp. That's quite a funny trick you played on old Captain Blondebeard.
So he takes it pretty well. And we can take this in turn. In the regular mode, you can just walk out the door. It's totally fine. But in Mega Monkey mode, you gotta do a little bit more work to get it out of the shop. So you choose some gum. put
gold tooth is in the gum.
the gold tooth in the gum, and you can chew it first. So now you also have it in there, but you can't do anything with it that way. So what we do is this.
Oh, that's made my voice sound funny.
Full of helium, we can then blow another bubble. A plus B equals C. See?
Cool.
So now if he searches us, it won't be on us.
Wait 1 second. Do you have me, Gold Tooth?
No?
Let me see. You don't have it? Darn, I'll have to order a new one.
I wonder where that tooth fell.
Guess so. So I am actually from a old gold mining town. So gold pans were quite around. So this was quite 1-to-1 for me when I was younger. There you go.
Hey, it's the gold tooth.
Our first little bit of pirate treasure, not counting the wooden nickels. Let's go get Bill on side for the crew. And you just show him it.
Check this out.
Is that real gold? I guess you can find treasure.
So, you'll join my crew?
Sure, as long as my partners will join too.
I'll need one more sailor for my crew.
So we just need Haggis on board. Tapton says, this reminds me, I backed that Chris Schaefer game like over a decade ago on Kickstarter. I think it became Broken Age, but never ended up playing it. Did you? I haven't played it. I didn't hear about that one. I will definitely check it out. The most recent game I would have played in this line would have been the newest Monkey Island. Return to Monkey Island? I forget what it was called for the Switch. And that was pretty good. I felt it was a little short, but they're not all that terribly long anyway. And it was nice in its own style. Hard to recreate the magic that is 1997 for me in my head, but it was a good time. And I would like to look up Broken Age. Another one that I had played by the same people was The Cave. A few people who had worked on Monkey Island had worked on The Cave, and that one's a multi-character experience where you kind of go through it, I think like 3 or 4 times with different characters to kind of get the full story. That one's quite fun. Played that one on Wii U, I think, but I'm not sure what other platforms it would be on. We'll check it out on this channel one day. It's quite fun. So we got 2 crew members. Let's get Haggis before we clock out today. So how do you get Haggis? Is you go to the Field of Victory. And you sabotage this grog barrel that they have just for fun. I imagine it's to like toast after each combat or whatnot. And then we can use a little bit of fire. A plus B equals C. See?
Whoa, my head is spinning. I gotta lay off the rum.
So we'll have a little bit of easier time against Haggis this next time. But I want to get this for later as well. We need to plug up a hole in that boat. So I'm going to just get some... Just a small sample from this rubber tree. I should have read that earlier. If you were really stuck and wondering what you're doing, you can just read the...
Caribbean rubber tree.
Read the plaque.
One of the many rubber trees common throughout the Caribbean, used as raw material for shipbuilding.
And rubber trees aren't actually rubber. I think their content is just a
Sumatran
different
rubber tree.
Sumatran rubber tree.
Donated to Puerto Pollo by our Sumatran sister city of Vacaville. This tree is the only one of its kind in the entire Western Hemisphere. and stands as an everlasting symbol of the friendship between our two cities.
Oops. I forget about that little detail that it's a gift from the sister city and you just blow it up. Oops. Okay, we can beat Haggis again. Let's do it. No, this way. Well, actually, here, you can go into here. I think it's the sap of the rubber tree that, when it dries, becomes hard and gooey-ish. I think that sounds like perfectly reasonable to me, Tapton. There's a lot of things that go into making ships, I imagine, in terms of carpentry and building supplies and materials. Please leave, Guybrush. I want to get out of here. Go down. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
Are you sure you don't want to join my crew?
It's as I told you, Guybrush, not until you can best me in the caber toss.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
When Haggis is in this view, he always seems smaller than like the other shot that we have with him in the barbershop. He's just so big and bulky in those shots, but he looks quite small in a wide shot.
Hey, I win!
By the spiraling bouffant of me great Uncle McManus! Never before have I seen such strength. Sure, I'll join your crew. I'll wait at the shop until you're ready to leave.
Well, I got my whole crew.
All right, that's our entire crew. I'll go outside and trigger the cutscene, and I think we'll save for the day after that.
A barrel of grog and a chicken. Look at all this stuff, mate. Oh, that must have been some battle. Let's pull up anchor and make for Skull Island. King Andre will pay through the nose for all this loot.
Wait a minute. There's something else. It's some kind of footwear. Hey, those are nice boots.
Nice boots.
But they're still hot. Ow, 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 ow.
I looked at the time. Let's go another hour. Let's do one more. We can get the map or the ship. Let's go for the ship. Here, let's talk to old Billiam Shakespeare here.
To swab or not to swab? No, that's not right.
Yo. I'm a dangerous pirate. Who are you?
Cromwell. Slappy Cromwell. It's not my real name, actually. My agent told me my given name just didn't have star quality.
Star
What was
quality.
your given name?
Rex Fortune, Adventure Seeker.
I see.
I see.
What's that putrid, stench-ridden drivel that you're rehearsing?
But this is the master work of the bard. Do you really think it's that bad?
Oh, it's that bad.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have altered the material. How could I have taken up my wretched pen and stabbed it bodkin-like through the unsullied poetry of the master?
You rewrote Shakespeare?
I was compelled to. Not a single person was coming to any of my performances. Oh, the stupid, brutish pirates! Not men enough to confront their own sensitive inner natures. So I rewrote the whole folio, contracted the brilliance of the kids into a 45-minute review. Spear.
Spear.
Why can't you go back to the original scripts?
Oh, the sweet, sweet, bitter irony of it all. Now that you have confirmed that I have produced a work of unredeemable trash, I'm more or less guaranteed to have a financial success in my hands.
Why do I find that strangely encouraging? Can I watch you rehearse your horrible play?
I'd rather you
So
didn't.
blunt. Your horrible
I
play.
get nervous when people watch.
Of course. Can I join your show?
Good heavens, no. I could hear your awful singing in the barber shop from way over here.
Acting is my life. Let me join your show.
Good heavens, no. And stop whining.
Stop whining.
Acting is my life. Let me join your show.
Good heavens, no.
Carry on.
Come on, Slappy. You've got to get this right. The show...
I don't think he's interested.
Then I...
So how'd you get roped into doing this show?
I'm a spokesmodel, actually. But what I really want to do is act. People just don't take you seriously when you're a spokesmodel.
How surprising.
Yeah, isn't it?
Break a peg leg.
Thanks.
I don't remember. Is the water ballet before or after my mad scene?
Oh. Here's a little thing we can do. We have the magic wand and the magic hat.
Nothing up my sleeve?
Forgot about that one.
Presto! Hey, it worked. There's something inside.
This is the ventriloquist book, I believe.
The A-M-C's of ventriloquism.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are rip-roaring through this. Let's go to Danger Cove. Actually, let's talk to Gary Coleman really quick. And then we'll go to Danger Cove.
Lemonade.
Kenny Foulmouth.
Hello there, Sonny. You open yet?
Oh boy. My first customer. Gee willikers, is this gonna be swell. Hi, my name's Kenny Foulmouth. It sure would be neat if you would buy some of my lemonade. It only costs a nickel. And best of all, I have a bottomless mug policy.
That does sound like a good deal. I'd like to buy some lemonade.
Sure, we have a bottomless mug policy, you know. That'll be a nickel.
That'll be a nickel.
Hey! There's no bottom to this mug. Give me my money back.
I'm sorry. I did tell you about our bottomless mug policy, and there are no refunds.
Why, you little...
Thank you. Come again.
No refunds.
I want my money back.
Why? Was the lemonade bad?
I don't know. I didn't drink any.
Well, if you're not dissatisfied with our product, I can't justify giving you a refund. I'm sorry, but it's company policy.
It's company policy.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Are you gonna give me my money back?
You know, I'd really like to, but what is it they always say? Ah, yes. The customer is always a slave to the pitiless multinational corporations whose products they live to consume. So, no! Can I get you anything else?
I just keep finding more and more ways for this game to be ever present, just like Small little jabs like that, just like not much has changed in 30 years.
Yeah, goodbye, you little brigand.
Bye, mister.
Bye, mister. Okay, back to Danger Cove. Like I said, in the original mode, regular mode, you could just get in this boat and it'd be fine, but we need to do a little bit of repair to make it work for us this time.
The plug is all pasty now.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
Kind of skipped over that. If you want to avoid these bots, I recommend SiriBot. Google their site and add them. I will do that, Andres. Thank you. They've been a problem a little bit in the past, but I haven't done it a whole lot, and I was just ignoring them until now. But I will maybe get that. Even I sound like a button. I know you're real. Let's sabotage this real quick. Actually, let's leave it up, and then we can go back up.
Men on a dead man's. Huh. Who are you?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm a mighty pirate.
Well, we'll just see how your threats sit with my captain.
Your captain?
That's my captain.
Yes, Threepwood. You've come aboard the Sea Cucumber. I am Mr. Fossey, the first mate.
Fossey.
And my captain? He's the scourge of the seven seas, the dread pirate,
LeChuck.
Yes, Captain, it's on the table, sir.
LeChuck.
That's right, Captain LeChuck. Yes, Captain, just an intruder, sir, but I'm dealing with him. He says you're to be tortured. Choose your punishment. You can either be tarred and feathered, or you can walk the plank.
Feathered sounds good. How about just feathered?
No. Sorry. Well, I suppose we'll have to go with walking the plank. We're trying to avoid using the tar and feathers. It's messy, and we need to save the tar for emergency leak repair. What do you say, men? Shall we make him walk the plank? Any last words, Threepwood?
I regret that I have but one life to give for love.
All right, in you go!
I like the monkeys to just look angry.
That's odd. There was no splash.
Splash!
Okay, now we have license to just cut this off. There we are. And we can try again.
Who's there? Again with the sneaking on board the ship! I don't know how or why you came back on board, but the next time you walk the plank will be your last! What's that, Captain?
Vandals?
Vandals? Yes, sir. Tar and feathers. I know it's messy, but it's the only torture we have left.
It's the only
Our
torture we
illustrious
have
captain
left.
has declared that you shall be tarred and feathered. That'll learn you.
So what do I do now?
I don't know. We've never done this before. Aren't you humiliated?
I guess so, but no more than usual.
Well, just get lost then.
Get lost. So, before, usually when I play this, I just go straight to the restaurant. But you can actually terrorize all of Puerto Pollo just by walking around.
El Pollo Diablo! At last, one of my demonic brethren come to set me free!
Oh, brother.
Come, release me, so that I might run free alongside you as we terrorize the mortals of this island.
I'm out of here.
Wait! Don't leave!
Don't leave! And then there's this side. He's the only one who's not afraid.
I'm sorry. I can't take you seriously while you're dressed like that.
But if you go into the theater...
It's El Pollo Diablo! Kill him!
Kill him.
Oh.
It's El Pollo Diablo.
The demon chicken!
We don't serve your kind here.
Mean it! Get me the scissors!
Eviscerate him!
He'll regret
Eviscerate.
ever setting claws in this place.
Uh-oh.
I want the neck!
Say me the waddle.
It's El Pollo Diablo! Kill him!
I'll just go. Bye.
Do you have a reservation? Madre de Dios! Es el Pollo Diablo!
Mother of God, it's the devil chicken. I'd love this one. Yes, I have released your prisoners and now I've come for you. Or you could do it the right dialogue.
Sí, he dejado en libertad los prisioneros y ahora vengo por ti.
Well,
Ahora vengo
you're
por
not
ti.
taking me without a fight.
Ugh,
It's a quick transition.
Washed off all the feathers. Whoops, I better keep quiet.
Absolutely, Captain. I'll get right on it after I have my dinner. What's that, Captain? I eat too much fried chicken. Well, I've just got a weakness for chicken, that's all. I know you don't have any weaknesses, Captain LeChimp. You're an overachiever, a doer. I'm just a tiny little fly.
Such a charming little lickspittle.
The captain is an
I'm
ape?
just a
Well, if the captain is an
I'm
ape,
just a helpless little fly.
Mr. Fossey must be...
Aye, aye, Captain. Fresh bananas for the whole crew.
an utter loon.
Utter
What's
loon.
that, Captain? Your parasites are bothering you. Well, of course I'll groom you, sir. You know, sir, finding this gold statue may be just the boost our crew needs. Why, with the riches we get from this, we can get new and better ships.
I wonder if he's
and
supposed to
become
be
the terror of the Caribbean.
just a fat monkey or like a really big gorilla. Or like a gorilla or a really fat monkey. I think he's supposed to be some kind of gorilla. He's charming. I like how he has a little bit of a, what do you call that, enrichment for his environment.
It's a tire swing. Testing, check 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh, I'm hearing the voices again.
Mr. Fossey, I've been thinking.
Are you all right, Captain? You sound different.
Don't interrupt.
Sorry, sir.
Maybe it's time we gave up pirating. I mean, take a look around at me, at the rest of the crew. We're all monkeys.
You mean in the Darwinian sense, sir?
No, I mean in the quite literal sense. Have you noticed that the crew is happier swinging from the masts than swabbing the decks? I don't even want to mention what they've been flinging around the ship.
Are you suggesting that I'm not disciplining the crew enough?
No, I'm suggesting that we all give up this charade and go back to the trees. That's the life for a monkey, not sailing the seas for months on end.
Well, if you feel so strongly about it, sir, I suppose I can't argue.
I think our last order of business should be to dig up that statue and...
It'll be tough on the men, sir, but I'll tell them that you think it best.
Okay, but first we should dig up that statue and give it to...
I'll make sure they understand that it's not their fault.
Very good, and then we can dig up that statue and... Okay, never mind then. That must be the map to where they've buried Elaine.
Here, I'm gonna write this down so I don't have to do it later. Oh. Let's see, southeast, northwest, west, south, east. 2 times northeast, east, southwest. All right.
I think Mr. Fosse is the only guy who can talk to him. Ah, it's a porcelain vase.
Right, there's nowhere to go.
Whoops, there's no rowboat.
So we gotta open this. So technically we have the ship once we get Elaine in there.
It looks too heavy for me to carry.
Piu Brute.
Piu Brute.
Oh, Caesar. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, I just can't watch.
I wonder if they got other plays.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou treasure? Romeo.
So, Juliet, ye be scheming for me treasure. Then parting with your life will be sweet sorrow. And I'll be missing ya.
And I'll be missing you.
That was uncalled for.
Okay, open.
It's stuck to the trunk. It's an old travel trunk. It's covered with stickers from many faraway places. Hey! It's a sticker from Blood Island. It says, Blood Island is for bleeders. A message from the Blood Island Tourism Council. Hey, maybe the performer who owns this trunk knows how to get...
And that's our clue to the Blood Island Resort. Open.
It looks too heavy for me to carry. It looks too heavy for me to carry.
How do I open this? Ah, yeah.
It smells like something's burning. Must be this shoddy 17th century electrical wiring. Wait a second. Somebody's been monkeying around with these controls.
Yeah, they have. Okay, we start with southeast. Ooh, was that? Cardinal directions here. North, south, west, east. Okay, try again. Southeast. Northwest. Then west. Then south. Then east. Then northeast twice. Their little Sam and Max reference. And east. And last one, southwest.
That's it! That must be where Elaine is buried.
X marks the spot. There we go, they're open now.
And now, the moment I know you've all been waiting for. How about some amazing juggling?
It's pretty impressive being knives and all.
Uh-oh. It looks like he's coming for the cannonballs now.
And now, the ultimate Shakespearean delight. The famous cannonball juggling scene from Romeo and Juliet. Whoa! Oops!
I'm glad it had a happy ending and he got the girl in the end.
And just go to work.
Elaine should be safe up in the crow's nest. For now.
She must weigh just a ton. One of our earlier commenters, Ivysaur EG, was saying the height and weight of Elaine based on the gold would be something in the realm of $70 million, which I can believe. She's huge for a statue of solid gold.
Nice boots, huh?
Sorry.
Hey, what do you know? I really am big boned.
Uh-oh. Quiet. Here comes Captain LeChuck.
I love this animation too. Like Hexus from Fern Gully almost.
There, you lubbers! Set sail for my stronghold on Monkey Island. I'll unleash my entire army of the undead. This time, Elaine will be mine. Ah, Elaine. 'Twill be a sweet day in hell when you feel the fiery breath of my kiss on your lips and become my undead bride. And I'll destroy any man who dares get in my way. Suffering sailors, 'tis good to be dead.
You can spend a lot of time on that screen just rowing, but I don't want to spend that time. Where should we go next? So we got a ship, we got a crew, we need the map. Let's go to the cabana.
Yes, may I help you?
My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm a mighty pirate.
Threepwood? You must be Seersucker Skip Rackham's cousin. How are Muffy and the twins?
Who?
Hey, it's a lovely afternoon for the beach today. Not too crowded yet. There's a crafts workshop on the south beach, and a swabber size class at 2 and 4. Water's warm and the waves aren't too high. Just watch out for the occasional undead corpse washing up on shore.
Ugh.
Might want to keep the kids away from any rotting flesh. But otherwise, the siege earlier today shouldn't spoil your afternoon. Just between you and me, the undead are notoriously bad tippers. So it's just as well they didn't take over the island, eh? Let me see your membership card and we'll fix you right up.
Why?
You're at the Brimstone Beach Country Club in Smorgy, part of the Leisure Lovers planned community for retired pirates. It's very exclusive. I'm afraid if you don't have a membership card, you cannot use any of the club's amenities.
I don't want an amenity. I had to eat one of those while I was lost at sea, and it was terrible.
Then let me also point out that without that membership card, you are not permitted on the beach, you cannot use any of our towels, and you can't have anything from the grill. Good day.
This is another example of kicking the dog, so to speak. He's being very rude to us and just unnecessarily mean, so anything we do against him now will be justified as the hero of our story.
Excuse me.
Yes, you filthy little man.
My card.
My card.
Let me see that. Oh no! In the name of all things clean, you've got a membership.
Yes. And I think I'll just take one of your fluffy clean towels and enjoy a nice relaxing stroll down your beach.
No! You mustn't!
I must. And perhaps I'll sunbathe nude.
Sweet mother of pearl, no! Now that
la.
I think about it, it is nice out on the far end of the beach. You should go there.
You should go there now.
You should go there now.
Nice fluffy towel. I'll just take one more.
One more. Then you take the towels. Get them a little bit wet.
The towels are all wet now.
Let's ask nicely for this cooking oil.
That is only for the chef.
May I please have some of your oil?
Please.
That oil is solely for the use of the fry station technician.
All right, you had this coming. Cabana boy.
Papa Pichu.
Papa Pichu indeed. Okay, let's get this oil.
Ooh. Hot.
So this
With these holes in my shoes, I'll never get across that hot beach.
this is one of those ones I had a hard time when as a kid, just because I wasn't doing it right, whether the timing was off or I didn't wet the towels. Just kept running across. But I know how to do it now. Nope. See? Another example. Basically, you just gotta make a bridge. But you gotta do it right, because if you're too slow, they'll just burn up. And then you gotta get more towels.
Whew. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Threewood. I am Pálido.
Pálido.
Pálido Domingo.
Pálido Domingo.
I am so glad you're here.
Finally. Someone on this island with some manners.
And my drink needs refreshing. Take it away and bring me another.
Wow, you're pale.
Look, babe. I haven't been sunbathing for very long, so cut me some slack.
How long have you been out here?
Since September.
I've seen correctional fluids with better color than you.
Yeah, babe. I'm not the tannest cat around. But, as you can see, I'm working on it.
Just viciously mock him for
You
his
look like you've
complexion
lived under a rock
over and
your
over.
whole life.
My complexion is a little on the light side.
But he was also rude to us.
But soon I'll be a bronzed god.
You've got the savage pale.
Please, babe. If you say any more, I will become very self-conscious.
It's like when I was coming back. We went to Hawaii last summer for vacation, and we were leaving and coming into the airport, going through the security, and one guy just looked at me. I had like a muscle shirt on, and I had been very careful to put sunscreen on while I was there. I did not want to get burned too badly, so I didn't tan a whole lot. So he looked at me and he's just like, "Man, did you even go out in the sun?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But I felt a little bit ripped on, kind of like this guy.
Hey, I can see my reflection in your chest.
Thank you for your keen insight, my friend. Why don't you go do something useful now? Like inhale a puffer fish. Okay, babe?
Okay, babe.
I'm looking for Blood Island. Do you know where it is?
Nope. Never heard of it.
Are you sure you don't know how to get to Blood Island?
I told you before, babe. I've never heard of Blood Island.
We missed some dialogue earlier where Slappy Cromwell, the Shakespeare guy, we're supposed to talk to him and find out this is his agent, and his agent knows how to get to Blood Island. So we kind of missed some of that dialogue, but we know what to do regardless.
See you around.
Let me take this. And we go out this way. And then we can use that mug to get back at old Kenny here. Avenge our loss of 1 wooden nickel.
Look, a 3-headed monkey.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy,
Gee
oh
willikers,
boy.
Is this gonna be swell?
Gee willikers, is this going to be swell?
Hey! Just because you're a grown-up doesn't mean you can waste my time.
Give me some more lemonade, you little chiseler.
That'll be a nickel.
That'll be a nickel.
That was as refreshing as morning dew.
Hey! How did you drink all the lemonade? You switched mugs on me, you cheat. I hope you're happy. You put a budding young entrepreneur out of business.
We will see more of Kenny in the next stage of the game, but for now, we're just going to steal his pitcher and fill it with some red dye
It's full of dye now.
and head back. Some content warning.
I've brought you a new mug.
Thanks.
What we're about to do, you will see the grossest thing in this game by far.
Here's your drink, sir.
Here's your drink, sir.
Look, Palido, you're burning.
Ah! All those months in the sun and my tan is just gonna peel away. I better turn over.
Good idea.
Good idea. Okay, now this is the grossest thing.
Doesn't need dyeing.
This is absolutely the worst image you'll see on this playthrough today or further. We're gonna put a little bit of cooking oil on his back. I'm curious if this would work in real life. I don't want to attempt it. I think that's a bad thing. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work. Here we go. This image right here.
I really wish I didn't have to do that.
For science, we must know. And we got our map. That is the map to Blood Island.
Well,
so that's normally where disc 1 ends and disc 2 begins. I think we'll play this out.
I've got a crew, a map, a ship, and finally got Elaine back. So what say we head on to Blood Island?
And we'll
to
wrap
lift
up for the
curse
day.
and save Elaine. How about it, guys? Let's get moving towards Blood Island. Let's head on out and find our fortune, guys. This might be more difficult than I first imagined.
Okay, I'll pause it there. We will pick up for part 2 next time. Thank you so much for joining us today at Chris's Castle. Everybody who dropped by and said hi and jumped in the chat. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for being here and taking a look. We'll see you next time at Chris's Castle, and have a great day. See you later.